Hey guys, I wanted to talk with you about some great news for Americans and especially for bikers that's come out of the U.S. Supreme Court a couple months back. And this is about a Virginia case, and it basically states that warrantless searches of riders of their bikes, all right, that are parked in the rider's driveway and under the carport violates the Fourth Amendment and is illegal. Okay, so if you've got your motorcycle parked under your carport, you got a cover on it, it's up, you got your tools all around it, whatever you're doing, it's illegal for law enforcement now to come in and just search that bike, check VIN numbers, do whatever they're wanting to do with it. It's illegal. The Supreme Court said so. Now, let me give you a little bit of background on this, and it comes out of a Virginia case. And I figured when I heard about this Virginia case, I figured it was going to be going to the Supreme Court, and I figured the Supreme Court was going to come out on our side, on the people's side, basically, on this. But this guy had his motorcycle under the carport. He had a tarp over it to protect it from the elements, and police decided that they just were going to go under his carport, take the tarp off, and search the bike, the VIN numbers of the bike, etc. And they said that, and this is the rationale that the police had. They said that they could do this because they thought it could be a stolen motorcycle. Okay, and that was their probable cause, is because it could be a stolen motorcycle under the cover, under somebody's carport. So they thought and it's open air is what they said. So they thought they could just go up, go under your carport, take the tops off, whatever cover you got over it, take that off, search your bike, no problem. That's what Virginia said. Now, let's talk about what the Virginia lower courts thought about it, okay? And what do you think the Virginia lower courts thought? Well, they thought it was fine. The Virginia lower courts agreed with it, okay? So they said that, here's the thing. The Virginia lower court said that if this was a four-wheel vehicle, okay, not a two-wheel motorcycle, but a four-wheel vehicle, then law enforcement could not do that. But because it was a motorcycle, they could, okay? Now, like I say, when I heard about this Virginia case, I knew I was hoping it was going to the Supreme Court, and it did. And I expected the United States Supreme Court to come out and to strike down this Virginia court ruling, because I thought it was, just absurd what they were doing. And this is an example of the prejudice and the bias, really, that you're facing every single day as a rider, as a bike rider, okay? And it touches every single aspect of owning a motorcycle, all right? And it's not just in my world. In my world, I deal with jurors, and after you get in an accident that's not your fault, the jurors think that, you're a rider out there, you're taking risks, and who cares if another motorist, is at fault? They don't care a lot of times, and that's what we got to educate them about. And you're just a motorcycle out there, you're taking risk, you're riding this motorcycle, you shouldn't recover for your injuries, even though they're caused by somebody else. And that's a bias that I run into with jurors sometimes. We have to educate the jurors about that. But like I say, now, when we talk about police searches and that motorcycles, they've always said, oh, motorcycles are different from four-wheel vehicles, they get into all this. Well, quite frankly, the U.S. Supreme Court said absolutely not, okay? They came down hard on Virginia, and it's a violation of the Constitution, and it's a violation of the Fourth Amendment rights against unreasonable search and seizure, okay? The U.S. Supreme Court is 100% on the side of the motorcycle owner, okay? So that's what I wanted to talk about, was let you know about this case that came down. And even if you don't ride, I thought it was important to know about this because they couldn't do this if you owned a vehicle. They couldn't go under the carport, take the car cover off, search the vehicle. They couldn't do it, okay, because it was a vehicle. It's a four-wheel vehicle. But for some reason, law enforcement thinks that motorcycles are different. They're two wheels. They only have two wheels, so they get half the protection. Well, that's not the way it worked. The Supreme Court of the United States agreed with us. It's a violation of the Constitution. It's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. And so you're safe to put your motorcycle under the carport, cover it up, work on it, do whatever you're doing there, because law enforcement now can't come and search your motorcycle, okay? Now, if you've got any topic you want to talk about, let me know. If you want to, message me what you think about this. If you think they're right, you think they're wrong, message me. We'll discuss it. If you got another topic to talk about, let me know. If you'd like to go on our Facebook page, which is Georgia Bikers Let's Ride Safe, feel free to join that group. It's specifically set up for motorcycle riders and motorcycle enthusiasts. You don't have to ride to be a member, just, like bikes and want to talk about what's going on in the motorcycle world. If you've got a poker run, if you've got a charity event, if you've got a bike for sale, if you know of a rider that went down, needs help, that kind of thing, feel free to post it on the group, okay? And let's remember now, let's everybody ride safe.